This house begins with its roof. The two wings rise from the entrance and give the facade a clear, memorable outline without making the building feel heavy. Travertine, walnut, and desert planting keep the composition grounded at eye level. For a family home, that first balance matters. There is drama in the structure, yet the approach still feels protected, calm, and straightforward to use every day. The entrance court makes privacy feel considered rather than defensive. An olive tree softens the stone, while the breeze-block screen takes the glare out of the afternoon and lets air move through. The narrow rill is quiet enough to be part of the architecture rather than a showpiece. It is a threshold with enough dignity for guests, but also enough ease for the daily rush in and out. Inside, the roof becomes a source of height and daylight. The conversation pit sits low beneath the clerestory, so the room can feel generous without relying on oversized furniture. Walnut beams give the ceiling a measured rhythm, and the travertine hearth keeps the room anchored. Glass brings the planted edges close, making the garden part of ordinary family life, rather than scenery viewed from a distance. The central clerestory explains why the butterfly form remains useful. It lifts daylight away from the strongest direct sun and spreads it across the ceiling, rather than forcing it through one large exposed window. The meeting of timber, plaster, and glass is left visible, which gives the room definition. Here, the roof is doing several jobs at once, shaping the interior, directing light, and giving the home its identity. A long internal gallery allows the plan to expand without losing its way. Travertine underfoot keeps it cool and durable, while the glass wall brings in the courtyard rather than a blank corridor. Walnut joinery offers places for objects without turning the passage into a display room. The route matters in a large home because it determines whether moving between rooms feels like a chore or a welcome pause. The breakfast nook proves that family spaces can be compact without feeling squeezed. Its rounded banquette makes the corner sociable, and the glazed edge keeps the citrus court in view. Under the warm timber ceiling, the room feels less formal than the main dining terrace. It is the kind of place that can manage a quick weekday meal, a school project, or a slower breakfast without asking the whole house to come to life. The kitchen sits directly beneath the raised ridge, so the working center of the house receives the best volume without becoming theatrical. The fluted stone island is practical from every side, with room for cooking, serving, and people stopping to talk. Walnut cabinetry absorbs the visual noise of equipment. Wide openings give the room a connection to the terrace, so food and conversation can move outside without interrupting the flow. A separate homework room is one of the clearest signs that this is designed for a family rather than simply styled for photographs. The long desk gives more than one child a proper place to work, and the window seat offers a softer alternative for reading. Storage is built into the room rather than added later. That planning lets the main living spaces stay open without pretending that everyday clutter does not exist. The primary bedroom pulls back from the active side of the plan but stays connected to the garden. A low bed, natural textiles, and walnut joinery keep the mood quiet, while the high roofline stops the room from feeling enclosed. The shaded view is more important than decoration here. It gives the adults a genuine place to reset at the end of the day, without losing the calm material language of the whole home. In the bathroom, the same roof strategy makes a compact space feel lifted. The clerestory brings in daylight above the double vanity, while the palms in the private court create a softer focus beyond the stone surfaces. There is little need for visual excess. Good proportions, durable materials, and enough room for two people to use the space at once are what make a bathroom work well over time. This child's room is designed around change rather than a fixed theme. The built-in bed saves floor space. The reading corner gives the room a quieter use, and the high window maintains privacy while bringing in garden light. Nothing has to be replaced when routines shift. That is a sensible approach to family bedrooms. Give the architecture longevity, then let textiles and loose furniture carry the personality. The guest room follows the same principle of useful flexibility. Its bench, storage, and separate cactus garden let it serve visitors without disconnecting them from the rest of the house. The V-shaped ceiling gives it character. Yet the room remains calm enough to become a teenager's room or a quiet retreat if the household changes. A well-planned spare room earns its footprint long after guests have gone. The outdoor dining terrace is not an add-on at the edge of the house. Its broad roof, stone columns, and kitchen wall give it the enclosure of a real room while leaving the mountain air and planting visible. That makes it useful in bright weather, not only at sunset. Long lunches, children's birthdays, and weeknight suppers all benefit from having shade, storage, and a direct connection back to the kitchen. Beyond the dining area, the fireplace pavilion offers a different rhythm. The roof opens at its center, drawing the eye upward before the low fire pit brings attention back to the group. Woven chairs and plaster keep the setting relaxed rather than formal. A house designed around family life needs places with different levels of energy. This one can host a larger evening, but it also works when two people simply want to sit outside after dark. The smallest courtyard may be the most important pause in the plan. Its olive tree stands at the point where the roof wings divide, bringing shade and planting into the middle of the house. There is enough room for a bench and little else. That restraint gives the space value. It is not competing with the main garden, only offering a quieter moment between bedrooms, work areas, and the more social rooms. From the rear garden, the architecture becomes easy to read. The roof moves across the glazing and turns a long facade into a sequence of sheltered edges. A narrow rill introduces reflection without changing the house into a pool property, keeping this film centered on the roof and its relationship with everyday rooms. The mountains remain present, while the materials stop the building from feeling disconnected from the dry landscape. Blue hour makes the structure more legible. The central clerestory becomes a warm line of light, and the roof edges separate cleanly against the sky. Looking in from the courtyard, you can see how the interior rooms gather around the same geometry. The effect is architectural rather than decorative. Good evening lighting simply reveals what the house already does well in daylight. Hold family life beneath a clear, protective form. The junction of the roof is a small detail with a large influence on the whole home. Walnut softens the underside, while stone and the slim dark drainage line give the edge precision. There is no oversized gesture trying to distract from the construction. The parts are allowed to be honest. That clarity is one reason the butterfly roof can still feel current when it is paired with materials that will weather naturally. At night, the sunken living room takes on a different use. The hearth becomes the center, the clerestory darkens to blue, and the garden turns into a quieter frame around the glass. The room does not need to be closed off from the rest of the house to feel intimate. Its low seating and layered light create a natural place for a film, conversation, or a slow end to the day. The final view brings the house back to its defining idea. The symmetrical butterfly roof shelters the glowing main room, while travertine, walnut, and planting hold the composition close to the ground. It is a memorable Palm Springs silhouette, but the value lies in what it supports inside. Daylight, shade, clear connections, and a collection of rooms that give a family space to come together and to step away.